So we're doing our initial assessment of Baeza. This came from our workshop in Spain, and it was owned by a farmer nearby who came to us and said he was interested in upgrading his vehicle, but he had owned it the entire from new. And so we always love to go through the vehicle when we're cleaning them up, kind of doing our initial assessment, is to kind of try to figure out like how they drove it, you know, who took care of it, and, you know, just fun stuff in the Spanish trucks that there's always, you know, some sort of placards to the saints. So we always look those up, try to figure out that. You know, this one here, you can see where, you know, his boot sat there and idled about in the field. Even kind of the side sound deadening piece there, we probably had a big old cowboy boot there. And, you know, the seat at some point in time had sort of broken and it's kind of twined up there. So it leans back a little bit more. So we've got some replacements here because we're going to try to bring this interior Moreland gray fabric back to it, because it's so original with the vehicle that it's just kind of like one of those things that you try to keep. Obviously, in these rear seats, it doesn't look like there was any passengers ever back here. There were some rubber mats down on the floor, so we just recently cleaned that out. We got our factory stickers there. And then the rear area, it's about as original you can get. And it's even the original headliner. It's sagging a little bit, but in kind of a nice, consistent way. And then one of the best parts about it, so we go down here to the chassis, you can see the original chassis sticker there. And just with a little bit of a shine up there, that's how the chassis is all the way through this thing. So nice dry climate. It's called Baeza because that's the area of Spain that it came from. It's got a really cool roof rack system on it that custom brewed. And what we really like about it is that it sits right here in this rain gutter all the way down. They've just taken their little square tubing, squish it in there, and then bolted it up there. So the style of it is great. Really like that. Even the original rivets are on here. There's one or two missing on the other side, one here, so we'll replace those and kind of keep it. You can see, you know, where people have come and gone inside, where they've just rubbed along the edge. The same as on the driver's side. And right now I'm just kind of like cleaning up the dash. We use this vinyl prep when we're gonna paint something, but it works really well to kind of clean it up and see the condition of the dash. It moisturizes a little bit versus just being oil based. Cleans up all that gunk that's in there. So that's our rag there just from doing a little bit of the dash. But you can see no cracks. There's a few kind of screws that we might have to replace here in the dash. Clean up the parcel tray, but this is it's about as good as it gets. All the doors are solid. All the mechanisms are there. No missing screws, no weird fittings. That's kind of part of the fun. We're going to pull the motor out and rebuild it, although it runs really smooth. We just did a compression check today, and everything was in around that 280 to 300 level. Has an EGR that we usually take out because it just doesn't do much good. It doesn't really work, and it just creates a fault point. It will flush the system. We're gonna do timing belt, water pump, head gasket, valves, redo the head, you know, clean the injectors, tune everything up, and then do a tune on the injector pump and see how that goes. We'll also go through all the brakes, all the bushings, all the other stuff to kind of bring it back to a daily driver condition. Although I would say I would drive this all day long in its current condition, and absolutely love it. So that's what's in the workshop today, but absolutely stunning.